The rapier timing for TB, though, is going to be pretty huge if we get to that point. Mass magic AoE damage from your mid laners and a cleanse on both off laners. It should be a solid game 2 or 1B. And I think I'd probably have to slightly favor Alliance just because I'm a believer in the Jakiro and the Troll, and Leshrakt's my favorite hero. I like it. I mean, the end.
The end. All right. With that being said, sorry, because that's all we can say for this series at the moment, for this game rather, because we're gonna finally, again, have game number 1 of EG Alliance. Let's head over to the commentary team. Ow.
That's right. If you're turning into this series to watch evil geniuses pick late game split push and not really fight too much until they eventually lose, well, that's not going to be happening here in this series. Not again anyway, Fogged, as we're going to be watching these two teams clash up against each other a whole bunch.
Yeah, very different. Very different kind of style of drafts coming out here this time, right? Looks like it's more of RTZ playing that like super hard carry, and they do have a lot of AoE. I'm seeing not lots of single target on EG this time, much more well-oriented and much more well-rounded drafting.
You try and notice, I tried to do deja vu about the intro that I started off for this game 1. It's like we're just doing the whole thing all over again, you know?
I got so distracted by the mustache. I'm so sorry, Cap.
It's okay. It was a pretty glorious man. You should grow out a mustache.
I actually did not mind how it looked there.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a fan of the handlebar.
We're going to see a new Fogged in 2021.
I can grow myself a pretty mean mustache. It just doesn't connect, but we'll see. Maybe I do. I think Daniela would kill me, but you know, that's all right. We'll figure it out. All right, let's take a look.
She'll learn to love it.
She'll learn to love it. Yeah. It's not about the beauty on the outside.
Hey, once again, we're going to be seeing Crit in lane with RTZ. Yep. Last time it was the Tusk Lifestealer. This time it's going to be the tiny Terrorblade. What is with this trend, Fogged?
That's a good question. I think it's just at the start. I think he wants to be able to alleviate some of that pressure. I think it's because he can't actually. This one I'm not sure. This one I thought the Warlock would be for sure down bottom with the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I think it is good that you can at least protect the pull. A lot of times with Tiny, when you're in the safe lane, you can toss Splendor people under. Sure. And I think they probably will switch that Warlock down bottom pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the fact that they want their like more powerful support to be in the safe lane in a way. Mm-hmm. And Ramses, well, he'll certainly need the helping hand here from Healing Word from Fly, who still is yet to level up.
Yeah, especially if he goes for the overwhelming odds at level 1 instead of press the attack versus 2 dispellable slows.
Yeah. I cannot believe he chose that against Jakiro, man.
I thought for sure he was going to get press the attack in this lane, just so you can dispel both of them. Of course, they're not going to use both at the same time, but I guess he really wanted to use the Fatal Bond plus overwhelming odds combo, but now that makes this lane pretty killable in a lot of situations. But look at Nikobaby, he's getting hurt.
Yeah, he really is. He's taking a lot of damage there, and Troll is actually deceptively squishy.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I guess the idea here was that what can Tiny really provide up here? He can't actually help Ramses get much of anything. Sure. While bottom, you know, Arteezy's gonna be okay down here anyway because of the matchups he's against.
And by being able to have the nuke, I think one of the ideas was also securing every single CS, or at least not getting denied. Then you get that fast level 2, and then you have it anyway. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They did manage to get one deny in. Toss back here. RTZ is going to be able to get a lot of damage onto Hanskin. Hanskin's going to try and escape into the trees here.
Gonna pull him away from the creep wave, eat some
digs in deeper, but he's dug himself into a hole he can't get out of. And first blood for RTZ.
Okay, and they can set up early kills. That's another thing the Tiny enables you to be able to do with a toss back when they hit that early level 2 and get aggressive. But cool, yeah, different lane setups. I like it. And this is the only way that they can actually apply pressure to Nikobaby, but he's still gonna just be free farming anyway because Jakiro alleviates all that pressure here. Sure. So mid lane, taking a glance at how those. It's fairly even. I do think Limp really starts to dominate because you win the harass award. The GPK is gonna have to spend a lot more on that regen.
How many levels of lightning do you think he's gonna go?
I'm actually surprised that he went 2 points in stun even.
Yeah. I
saw the versus that Ember Spirit matchup. It was the 1-4-2 or 1-4-1 even. That it was by Nisha when he did play it. Mm-hmm. So it's been interesting to see him go for the multiple points in stun. It doesn't scale that hard. The AoE is like the only thing that really does grow. And damage, of course, but you don't get any longer stun duration.
Sure. Well, back in a melee form. And a bad, man, that is not a core bad. Like, I haven't seen one of those in a minute. And it's not against the clearest, the biggest reason you see it is like up against a bat rider or something, right?
Yeah, I think in this one he has a lot of different good things he can dispel, though, and protect people. Like, if someone gets, I mean, it was the Legion was picked afterwards, but he can dispel a lot of like this reflection. He can dispel fatal bonds off his teammates and himself.
Yeah, that is the interesting one, right? Hans getting tossed back into the tower is going to be the second death of the game.
All right, and that's why you have the tiny. Yeah, so Crit able to set up for a couple kills here. GPK still doing pretty decent in this mid matchup. We see 2 points in Lightning. I think that should be probably all of the points. If they want to be able to apply the tower pressure, that's what we see is like the 2-4-2.
And that is something that Alliance is certainly going to want to pump out. They've got 3 heroes that push towers really well, right? Yep. Leshrac, Jakiro, to bad.
Yeah, they definitely want to be setting the tempo of this game for sure. They don't want this Terrorblade to just sit back and farm, because you look, and it is a little bit of a slower draft from EG, especially with that Warlock, with that TB. Can be a bit tough to fight sometimes if you're not, if you don't have Chaotic Offering, your TB's not going to show up to too many fights. You have to pretty much fight very well around that, and you will likely see Alliance set that tempo. S4, he's doing pretty well bottom. Ramses is going to suffer, as we said. It's just going to happen because of this matchup. It's not easy for him.
Especially if Fly is rotating over.
He could die
to try and get the power runes. He is in trouble. He gets rooted up. The healing word's going to go off. He tries to juke into the trees to prevent any attacks. Oh, the one miss. That was a kill. And would have been the first kill for Alliance in the first game.
Oh, look at Crit again, just looking for anybody.
Oh, Telekinesis is going to be able to open things up, but he gets the combo onto S4.
All right, this is some pretty sick plays here by Crit.
This is getting real nasty here. This Terrorblade's getting so much farm out of lane.
It seems like every single time his Metamorphosis is up, right? Every time they're making that aggressive move with Crit.
That should help.
He's getting the rune. Hanskin out clicks. He's waiting. He's trying to pull him toward the cliff there for a second to get the lift up, but
I saw.
Crit knows better. And we do see GPK makes the aggressive move, takes the bounty rune away from the Alliance side, and goes and picks up his own.
So 3-4 evil geniuses there.
Off to a solid start here. This game 1B.
How do you feel about the Terrorblade versus Troll matchup?
It can go a bit both ways. The thing is that I think Troll can look to fight with his team a little bit earlier. And he does have this crazy timing when he has the Basher. I think Terrorblade overall is going to farm a little bit faster, but can have some trouble versus this hero. Especially when he's playing versus the Lesh too. We have to add that one in. The Lesh is kind of the counter versus these illusions a lot.
You have a lot of AoE control and just kiting mechanisms, then Terrorblade kind of gets to play back and just swing on you all the time.
Ooh. He's going to get silenced up. Nope, he disables again. Nicely done by Crit before that 4th stack comes out. PZ does get pushed away for a second, though.
And that is the thing that's a big concern in me, is Terrorblade being able to keep his distance with a Warlock on his team with the upheaval, when Alliance does not have a clear source of initiation, right? Because they opted for an offlaner that gives you sustain and team fight rather than clear initiating stuns.
Yeah, it's going to have to be it can definitely be scary for this Lash, right? Because it's not the same. You're not playing versus PL illusions or Naga Siren illusions like we did see in the last, the last time we did see the Lash pick. TB, he has that distance. If he starts wailing on a Lash can be fragile. So that is a very good point. We might see some type of change in itemization because of that. Still probably going to be some speedy build, though, on the Lesh. And he's okay, he's leveling up the stun even more. Did not expect that.
Yeah, we've been seeing, Boots of Travel, Yule's Scepter.
Yeah. That still allows you to commit all the way to the back lines pretty easily. Another toss
back with the Thunder. Oh, S4 Telekinesis tosses away RTZ, and it looks like that is going to be enough to save him, but he's still going to be able to push back both of these heroes in the lane and keep them out of experience range. Definitely feels like this top lane's going a lot better. This combination of the Fatal Bonds into the nuke every single time. It's Nikobaby with a hefty amount of damage.
Raindrops absorbing a decent amount, at least for Nikobaby, to not get pressure too much from it, so he doesn't spend too much on regen. You see FNG, same thing, just a naked raindrop with a mango.
Uses the press the attack, gets rid of that dual breath.
It's under attack.
Looks like Crit. Go around the mid. Maybe want to make a play elsewhere, as I think bottom, you're satisfied, right? You're very satisfied with what happened. Now it's time for RTZ to just kind of hit the jungle. Maybe they send the Warlock bottom to just soak the experience soon.
Okay,
But yeah,
so
Crit, he's gonna make
if
the
Limp
aggressive
plays
move.
forward here, he could easily be tossed into the tower. They're going to go in. Crit is going to show up, toss straight up in the air with a Fatal Bonds. On top of that, the Astral Step, the last little bit of damage needed to be able to get the kill. And they needed that too, because Limp was extending his lead over GPK.
Yeah, really nice rotations. Like they know, just leave that bottom lane entirely. Now we're gonna see what Fly does with his next moves. I do want someone to soak some of that XP bottom at some point though here for EG Crit.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that this is like what you normally do, no doubt, on a Terrorblade. It's just surprising when you won the lane so hard that you still make that play.
Yeah, I think it's just because he just farms that much faster in the woods, and he's even pulling the lane back, so he's probably still going to be kind of playing in the lane, not full jungle.
Sure.
Just waiting for it to get in a better position. As I think I see S4 kind of power denying a bit there. Limp, he's going to find an easy one. And that's when you see a Warlock there, you're like, okay, ward's in our jungle, right?
Yeah,
like immediately
yeah.
you have a tell. They missed the initial D ward though.
That's a little bit deeper than they anticipated.
Oh, but look at all these.
Kiro's been stacking up a whole lot.
That is a lot of stacks. All right, I mean, that's great choice to be able to enable Limp. Because he can make a lot of aggressive moves to any of the lanes, right? He can threaten kills on anybody. And yeah, look at this. This is juicy.
Very few golems, too.
FNG's like, I'm taking experience, though.
Yeah.
You're level 8.
Tax.
He's like, you're level 8. It's cool, but GPK.
Oh, GPK is going to show up and try and take some of this one. Dissimulates, actually stays up on the high ground here.
Now, there's very certain that there's a ward up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. I did see him queuing it up. So the Veil on the Abaddon, he's really just about enabling this Lash in the majority of the game. It's cool. He also does a decent amount of magic damage too with his shield pops.
Sure. He does find the Observer ward that we were talking about. Crit, meanwhile, going to try and... Okay. I was about saying, we've got a Ramses that's a little low on life.
They are spotting his movements here, though, with this ward.
Yeah.
But all things considered, a very even start up here for both sides. Lash coming out ahead in mid, as we kind of expect. Bottom, I think, went a little bit better than I expected for EG. I thought the TB was going to be pressured more, but some clutch tossbacks set up our TZ to be pretty farmed. But now it's time for them to lose their tower, because I don't think EG is ready to fight around that one yet without Warlock 6.
And so what is Evil Geniuses going to do in response is RTZ going to TP up to top to try and even out the tower trades, because it does not seem like they have any interest in defending their own tower.
I think it's harder for him to show up to fights at all when this Lash is having such a good start. He's gone for the drums, so it's a possibility, but a bit worried if he does actually just go up there. I think the Lash will, if the Lash responds, it's a scary movement for RTZ. He can easily die in this top lane.
And just like Underlord, Abaddon's one of the better heroes to sit in front of towers, but they go into the back line, see if they can blow up FNG. FNG, though, Jakiros are so tanky, and GPK committed so much of his mobility, he's going to use a little bit more to try and sneak past. Now RTZ does show up and quickly deals with the support, but Nikobaby and S4 are hot on his trail right now, and he does have the Sunder up. May turn around. S4 is leading the charge right now, though. He's going to pop his ultimate. There goes that, but immediately, as soon as the Sunder goes out, Nikobaby pops his ultimate and continues to track down Ramses, gets that kill. GPK, meanwhile, trying to run interference while Limp isn't even there. Run away, Dissimulate, doesn't land at the ice path, and toss backwards into RTZ, gets GPK out of danger because he had just gotten ensnared.
I actually cannot believe they only lose the 2 heroes. I was very concerned for them actually going for this tower. I guess Limp maybe didn't have a TP available to show up there. Someone made the call of him to just play around bottom and mid, but they respond with 4 anyway, and they push RTZ out. And that's, look at his health too. They reset. He has to like go and fully reset. And can they even look to defend this tower here? Gonna be Ramses to kind of nuke it out. And they will be able to at least hold it here. But yeah, very aggressive play by EG here, which I think could have gone a lot worse for them.
Yeah.
So Abaddon definitely reigning supreme when he just show up to those. And they have very tanky heroes to deal with this burst combo of the Tiny. We saw FNG, because of this raindrop pickup that we're going to see almost every single game versus these Tinys. He's able to absorb all that damage from Void Spirit and Tiny.
Yeah, it's crazy that there was this time where everyone was talking about like, oh, Tiny's so countered by raindrops, that's why the hero isn't being picked up at all. And when we're in this era now where support Tiny is a thing, and it can be counterpicked with a bunch of, tanky heroes with raindrops, and it still feels value because, Toss is such a value ability. Just having an initiator that can survive for a decent amount of time is important as well. Limp will finally claim that mid tower. That he missed out on that team fight earlier because he was doing so much pressure in the mid lane.
Yeah, he killed Fly too, right?
Yeah.
Getting all of that succession as G setting up for top. S4, he knows this is his job. Park in front of those towers. He has FNG at his side too. Instant veil. You see that they're already a bit afraid. Starting to back away there.
Let's see when Evil Geniuses put together this. They've got some long cooldowns. So I was going to say, they have the Warlock level 6, but if they ever use Warlock Golem and Meta in the same fight, Alliance is just going to run at them full force immediately afterwards.
These three together can be pretty strong as long as they don't run into, you know, if they run into like 3 Heroes of Alliance, it's fine. But if they get outnumbered by any means, they're going to get countered very heavily here. And they don't really have anyone else who can just join the fight. Like Arteezy's, I don't think he's going to join much more. I think that top one was already pretty aggressive from him. I was very surprised that he did. Oh, looks like it's a freebie for Hanskin.
Throws out the avalanche, but he's definitely dead. That's one of those positions where you are trying to force a rotation, right? It's like, they're either going to come kill me, or I'm pushing super aggressively into their tier 2.
I mean, you're fine with that as a Rubik. You're like, whatever. You were going for farming. We're going for farming build, right? We see this. Looks like a Bloodstone Rush on the Lash. I saw Battle Fury Rush coming out for Troll, so Space Creation is definitely the name of the game for the 4 position here on the side of Alliance. So it looks like this one's going to be a little bit of a slower game on both fronts, as TB's going to be farming, Troll's going to be farming. Lash will get more active pretty soon, though, as I think he's getting pretty close to at least having that finished up.
And apparently Ramsey's going to get a little bit more aggressive soon, as he's trying to rush into a Blink Dagger.
Okay.
Which, no doubt, a Blade Mail would be super good in this game. I just feel like Ramsey's going to have a hard time initiating fights, man.
I definitely agree. There's just a lot of different things he just has to worry about. A lot of different saves, tanky heroes, like instant disables. Like S4 is probably going to be there for the majority of the time.
Like, is Jakiro around? Well, you lost that duel.
Yeah.
Is Abaddon around? Well, you lost that duel. Or at least you won't win it.
They found Limp on the side, but he's very tanky with the build
toss back into the Ice Path here with the Macropire out immediately. A good golem comes out with a Fatal Bonds. GPK trying to pump out the damage, but Limp is turning around an equal amount, and S4 is keeping him rather healthy. Hanskin does go down, but that is not the majority of Alliance. They still look good. They're going to retreat here back to their tier 1 tower. Evil Geniuses, they need to be able to make this team fight work for them. Again, those long cooldowns, they expended both of them, and all they got out of this was a Rubik kill.
And they're not even able to pressure this tower here right now.
No.
FNG's even just like, whatever, I'm porting bottom. You guys don't need me up here. The push is stopped. EG unable to get much out of that there.
Wow. The greed of saying, like, they can't do it. I'm going to go get the bounty route. That I would never make that call. I'd be like, oh, maybe they're still going to try. But no.
They use their big spells, right? And they know that Ramsey doesn't have Blink, Tiny doesn't have Blink. How do they actually jump forward? GPK has to overextend if he wants to make any move. So I think that they knew they could play confident up here with just 4 for the time being.
Fly gives him a nice laning ward. It's kind of interesting, a very defensive position. Yeah. And that tower is very likely going to die anyway. They're going to go straight into mid, so I like the fact they move away from Alliance while their cooldowns are up, but Alliance is going to move right with them. S4 goes wherever the enemy team goes at this point.
He's going to be such a nuisance in this entire game. We're just going to think those dispels, right? Immediately, it's like the Golem, the Fatal Bonds, he just shields it off. Arteezy going to look to be dodging a lot more. Still off to a very good start here with his farm. Troll, though, we do see that Battle Fury is finished up, so we'd imagine Nikobaby starts to really ramp up that farm. And I think I'm actually kind of okay with this. I usually really don't like the Battle Fury Trolls, but in this type of pace of game, I think he just wants to try to outscale a Terrorblade. Yeah,
you said, like, he's probably going to outfarm the TB with this kind of build. Like, he may be able to cement himself a solid net worth lead.
Mm-hmm. And they're able to do so much out on the map with the rest of their heroes, so I feel like he wants to just...
Did he get the duel? He does. He gets the duel up before the telekinesis. Now, he's certainly not going to kill him, but he holds him here long enough for Crit to show up, and then that will turn into a kill. Hanskin turns around with the avalanche, does what damage he can.
He's probably like, how the hell did they know that was there? But those this ward that did come out was pretty clutch for them to get that, and now it looks like they will be able to more than likely push this tower, as I do believe like Meta and Golem should be coming back up soon.
This series is turned out to be a lot of fun. I feel like both teams, like map movement wise, they're both making like good reads of what they need to do in the game and are also trying to counter the enemy. Yeah, like game 1 here, game 2, where like Evil Genius is like, oh, we can't fight top, they're gonna push that in, let's go mid. EG responds, or Alliance responds nicely.
They're trying to make a setup on mid. They see crit for a second though. Hanskin immediately ports in. Limp is still a tough kill even with just the two of them. Like, he's so damn tanky. I think that's the Bloodstone now finished. He's got this movement speed too from that lovely brooch. I think just the best item, one of the best items you can get on all these heroes.
So good.
Yeah. And time for bottom tower, but there is everything available for EG. Still no blink on crit though, which is, it's really hurting them.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to give up a tier 2 this early, right? So Evil Geniuses are going to form a response here. GBK checks out the corner just to make sure there's nobody there.
There's only 4 heroes of Alliance at the moment.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a cool ward that they have on the low ground, but it sees into the tier 2 area. Toss back there as they put Asher mid with the meta. They get the kill onto the Rubik, but Limp is here to be able to clean out all the illusions, so they will not lose this ground. This objective will stay up. Upheaval slowing down Nikobaby. This is going to be one of those incredibly annoying spells for Nikobaby throughout the entirety of the game.
And they're bullying Hanskin.
Yeah, they really are, right?
How many deaths is that? That's like 4 or 5 for him, I feel like, in this game. 6? Oh my god.
He is 6 out of 9 of the kills that Evil Geniuses have gotten.
He is the one that is, it's like S4 has to show up to just defend the towers, and the Rubik is the one that fade bolt and pushes the creep waves off. But I mean, crit, he has his number. He knows what this Rubik's trying to do every time.
Yeah.
This is pretty nice here if they're able to sneak this. The Golem is available, but meta was used. Very unlikely that EG's gonna look to fight around here.
Yeah, and they take it so quickly too, thanks to S4 being able to tank, give that extra attack speed. Nikobaby with the Vampire Fangs has some sustain naturally. That was so good for him.
And now Vlad's also finished up too for S4.
Yeah.
Easy Roche.
Easy, very, very easy. And now we've got an Aegis, so Limp can truly just headlong dive into the Terrorblade every single fight and feel confident about it, both with his Bloodstone and his Aegis. He's got 3 lives in a fight.
It's very interesting how he just went for this straight up Bloodstone build rather than any Yules or anything. Their catch is a little bit more limited because of it, but it seems like that's the style that he wanted to go for here. Which hurts for Hanskin, right? Because he's the one who's dying, which is kind of their catch and their grab in a lot of situations, but he's been unable to really find much.
Here we see Hanskin trying to recover his game just enough to get an Aether Lens or something, but
hope you guys like watching people farm, because it's really what it feels like it's gonna be.
Yeah,
like bots, Bloodstone, Battle Fury.
One of those interesting matchups, TB versus Abaddon. You create the illusion, the reflection, that actually does put the passive onto Abaddon himself. So in a weird way, he kind of has to save a Photic Shield for himself or be prepared to use his ultimate. Otherwise, he gets silenced and can't use a Photic Shield on people.
Yeah, they could definitely mess up a lot of the things that he does want to do with the shield and with the ult to protect his Lash, protect his Troll if they're able to force it in these situations. You see those bots almost finished up on the Lash. They're really looking to get this tower. It's not going to be before 20 minutes, but looks like it still should be at a pretty decent time. EG trying to get the most out of the map in the meantime, not looking to force any fights into this Aegis. Going for their own tower pressure here up top.
Now Alliance, this tower still has a bit of HP, but Alliance, instead of moving back to defend, they're going to push forward and force Evil Geniuses to defend their tier 3 here. Ramsey's right there on the front lines. The Upheaval is going to slow everybody down with the reflection on top of that. Man, he's already got a Scotty. That is going to really hurt Alliance as they struggle to be able to get out of this sticky trap they're stuck in. But they managed to get on top of RTZ. The Golem's going to interrupt things, though. They've already taken away the Aegis, and Nikobaby's being pulled in deeper and deeper. Fortunately, managed to get the ensnare on GPK. They're going to turn around, catch him with the Ice Pass, slow him down from getting him. But Nikobaby still got the duel. No! Managed to get the kill, but still he's taken away at the same time. RTZ feeling very good about this fight. They're just keeping their distance. Limp, who's already lost the Aegis, is now going to lose his Bloodstone extra life as well. Hanskin gets hit by the Scotty once, so he's slowed down for forever. What a fumble here from Alliance. They thought it was good to go up to the high ground, but they didn't expect the Scotty, and the Upheaval on high ground kills them so badly.
Upheaval. Broken ability.
Mega broken.
224. You could see FNG. He was crawling through it to try to cast an Ice Patch in the back, but Warlock in a perfect position there to slow everyone down, and I'm surprised the Lions went for that push, but also don't think they knew that there was a Scotty finished up freshly on the Terrorblade.
Yeah, that just made that upheaval situation so much worse.
Yeah. Great hold there by EG.
So does Scotty affect Troll differently if he's melee or ranged form?
Yeah, immediately. I'm pretty sure
So
like,
he just
immediately
transfers back
changes
into
it.
melee and he picks up some movements. That's interesting.
I actually wonder if it's like, if he gets hit as range forged and he switches to, I guess like the buff duration while it's on him.
Yeah.
Maybe if it gets reapplied, it switches really quickly, but I think just the duration of it for when he switches for the slight moment.
Sure.
Radiant.
Because I know that it works like that with like a lot of different one of the troll mechanics. It's like as soon as you swap, it's like Quelling Blade immediately switches to,
Right,
you know, that
right.
type of thing. Pep.
Wow.
Decent amount of momentum here for OG as they take out that Aegis, get themselves some nice kills, force a Bloodstone pop, and also some Bloodstone charges lost on Limp.
Yeah, this really exposes the weakness. We said Alliance did not have initiation on straight up, like one team is on one side, one team's on the other. Feels like Evil Genius is going to walk away with that victory almost every single time because of the power of upheaval.
Yeah, who's gonna, is Hunskin anywhere close to a Blink Dagger? I saw he was going for Aether Lens, but okay, he's still pretty far away. It's gonna be really crucial that he does get some of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has the wonderful Philosopher's Stone to give him that, but they need a way to get to that backline. Ice Path is usually one of those decent ones, but on a high ground, it's much harder to actually get off onto this Warlock.
And maybe Alliance are going to be able to apply some more guerrilla tactics that allow them to get on top of Evil Geniuses.
This is a big pickup here. The Axe is now finished for GPK. That can mess with like everybody on the side of
Yeah.
Alliance, really. Like S4 even can't get the shields off, can't get his ult off in some situations too. Has to be careful with his positioning.
Yeah, what happens if he gets reflectioned and he gets silenced by the Void Spirit, right? That could be a chaining silence that kills the Abaddons and all of his impact in team fights. Crit still trying to find that opening there with the smoke. The Blade Mill gets popped there from Ramses. Looks like he thought maybe there was going to be an opening. Somebody could pop their head out, but they don't.
I'm surprised Ramses actually showed himself with the overwhelming odds on the creep wave there, right? He was kind of sneaking quite a bit there. Now pushes ready. Hurricane Pike online for Arteezy. More distance to push himself away from that troll.
Structures are fortified.
Leshrak's gonna have to run in. His TP was a bit too aggressive. He knew it too, so he canceled it. Now they're gonna run in. There's a reflection. Silence S4. His ultimate actually pops. What a simple ice path though. Managed to catch Crit. They throw out the golem though to be able to intercept. Crit does manage to get the toss up and disengages, but GPK, well, the Yule Scepter might get off the Simulate. Here comes the Scotty Slow. The upheaval. It slows down Arteezy, but the upheaval is still there, damn it. Somebody's got to deal with this thing. A Sunder pop by Arteezy on fly, so he's back up to full health. And Alliance may not be expecting that. A little bit of vision goes out. Once again, the Ice Path catching Crit. Crit this time will die.
Nice Ice Pass to kind of turn that one there. I can't believe nobody on Alliance dies. They're able to all back away because of the heals, the sustain. That was Golem. That was their Golem push. They couldn't even take the tier 2 or get any kills for themselves there.
Yeah, this is massive. Alliance this time around are the ones to able to play back in meta. No Golem. Okay, just run at them.
Radiant's middle tower.
Go, 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 go.
They really want to try to breach the high grounds here, but it's still like they have to watch out for upheaval.
Yeah.
No way to cancel it. Still, GPK, they're gonna get
Oh,
stunned.
no
They
way. He made the read. GPK's in trouble. He's got Astral Step. He's got to get out of here quick. Otherwise, he's going to be ensnared up by Nikobaby. Fortunately, he does manage to get out. So Ramses almost getting caught here. Uses Blink Dagger to get away and dodges the Ice Pass. So he's good to go.
They're trying to press the issue so much here with this Golem down, with Meta down as well. They have to try to make something happen. Arteezy, he's doing the split push action, but Alliance on the high ground. No glyph.
The Siege Wagon, man, it makes the difference here. The Siege Wagon is what allows them to push up into high ground, break that backdoor protection, take the tier 3, and maybe a little bit more. What a toss back into the duel. The Leshrak, he's just dead. They can get the melee barracks at least, but can Alliance actually get out? The upheaval is still there. Fortunately, it's going to wear out now. S4 on the front line is going to be able to tank a lot. GPK right to the back line, does manage to hit the silence onto everybody here, slowing them all down. Turn around here as the Legion Commander's in a bit of trouble. Yule Scepter went off on a Nikobaby, but Ramsey still dies. Crit goes in though, goes deep, takes down one of the supports while Nikobaby does get sundered. Can they catch him? Crit, he can turn around, see if they can grab Nikobaby here as he's been silenced once again. S4 just playing around that aphotic shield. Now, he's in trouble. The reflection up to him. He's been silenced. Triple kill. Now the toss back. Once again, they've just been kiting Nikobaby this entirety time. He does manage to pop his battle trance, but he's stuck on illusions. He's now going to go on to fly as the Dissimulate gets GPK away, but ultimately it is the ultra kill for Arteezy in exchange for a tier 3 and a melee barracks.
Seems like a pretty decent trade to me. Sure, you lost your that Rax there, but such a godly toss back from Crit, just taking out the Lesh before the fight even starts. GPK, I think he hit everyone with that silence when he jumped in, the both of them.
Yeah.
And just kiting Nikobaby so well here. And now Meta's available afterwards. That was without Meta for the majority of the fight.
Yeah, it's funny how like the weakness of Evil Geniuses quickly turns into their strength. They get pushed because they didn't have their ultimates, but then they win the fight despite it, and now
they have everything.
They have everything, and they can threaten high ground. Now, if they do, and they lose this fight, what they don't know is that Roshan could be up at any point in time. So it's always a scary proposition. It is going to be a very late Roshan, but they don't know that, so...
They're not going to force it. They're just going to play the farm game here. Even though they do have all their ults, they're not going to force that issue.
That's fair.
Agents of the
Try to get more out of the map. They did claim that top outpost here, so there is about 2 minutes until Alliance has 2 minutes to reclaim that one.
Etol stats off of the level 20 talent and a Daedalus complete for the Terrorblade.
Oh my god. All right, he's a solid full item and a half ahead of this Troll. This is not where Nikobaby wants to be when he goes for the Battle Fury build. He wants to be able to match this. He's actually forced to go back for a BKB now because of this kiting that's happening. There's this Yule Scepter and everything that's going on during his ult. This is not. He wants to have the Basher and then go for the BKB afterwards, but that's he got slowed down now. EG with some very strong holds.
It's going to be a world of difference when it comes to the damage output between these two carries.
Arteezy's going to shred his team, as we've seen him kind of do already. 9-0 and 4 on this Terrorblade.
So they've got to address this TB somehow. It's so hard. Blink dagger catch, though.
They have a way to catch now. They do have a blink at least on Hunskin. Finally, they have some way to initiate the fights rather than just walking in.
And killing flies is a very important step. It's not too often you say, we got to kill that 5 position. But man, when it comes to breaking high ground anyway, it is all important. Still, he's only dead for 20 seconds, so it's not like they're going to make much use of this, especially since their high ground is being threatened by Arteezy currently as they're trying to go for a tier 2 top lane.
They got to react.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they will.
He forced the reaction back. Now they're looking to maybe catch something on the sides here. GPK is hunting for somebody.
Yeah, he knows they're a little bit split out right now. He just is astral stepping forward, finds Courier, so he knows Nikobaby's up here.
That's the BKB recipe too.
Yeah. And I thought he was going to maybe go Ether Remnant checking just to see if he can find somebody TPing out or something, but 30-minute bounty runes are coming up. Evil Genius is actually going to be able to take this outpost away. That'll be no experience. Reflection going down. Looks like at the same time the silence goes off, but Limp has already popped his BKB. Bloodstone is committing for this kill onto Ramsey. Should be able to get it too unless the Glimmer Cape actually protects him. It's GPK who goes down instead. The Golem went out, but it was a bit too late to be able to buy GPK the time to get away. Crit trying to chase onto Limp here. Glimmer Cape once again coming into very clutch territory here. Just they got to dodge away from Arteezy during this meta timing. Crit, he did not blink forward there.
He blinked backwards.
Yeah, I don't think that was intended.
Oh, look, maybe a double tap there, but they are around the Roche. But their Golem is down, and I believe Meta should be wearing down pretty soon here.
Yeah, all they have to do is kind of poke, right? And they've got
their smoke
pretty decent heroes for it.
Yeah, and EG knows that they smoke to disengage. Meta's wearing off. They have to be bit careful inside that pit. That's where Lesh and their lack of initiation actually succeeds, right? They can just collapse on top of them there, so you have to be careful, back away.
The funny part is that I'm not convinced that Alliance, even though there's no Meta and there's no Golem, I'm not convinced that they can go and take Roshan themselves.
No. In every fight that there has been no Golem and no Meta, they've actually lost the fights, right? So definitely giving a little bit more respect. I think they're afraid too because there's no BKB for Troll. I think it's still dead on the Courier.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be too aggressive and die again before that item does come out.
Hey, one nice part, Evil Genius is stuck here. And that bottom lane, pushing in.
Oh, let's watch those yummy creeps take out this range, right? Goodbye.
Range creeps.
No one cares about range racks. We should find some love for range racks somehow.
Yeah, seriously. What if it spawned extra range creeps.
Oh, and powerful one?
And powerful.
Ooh, really nice. All right, no BKB, still 1 minute. It's stuck on that courier, but they're making the move. They kill it fast.
Yeah, they do it really, really quickly. Arteezy's going to get in there with a reflection.
Oh, the
That's super
upheaval.
scary. Look at all that damage. The upheaval slowing him down. S4, he is slowed down to a crawl. Even the Ether Red, then pulling him back into the upheaval. Now, the upheaval's now on cooldown. Can Alliance take advantage of that? 30 seconds until meta. So,
Okay, so they're smoking. They can maybe do some kind of clever wraparound here.
oh, there's a double damage at bottom lane, too.
The lane's being pushed in mid, though. Limp's going to show himself, so now they know. The rest of the team is smoked, though, because Limp did reveal himself out of that one there.
Dude, they're going to see that DD.
Oh,
On it.
Oh,
Arteezy.
Meta's going to be up. And, oh, the bottle as well.
Yeah. Do they have any dispels on Alliance? I don't think they do, right? Because we don't have Yules on...
No. There is definitely no dispels. I don't believe that Jakiro had a Yules. He just has Glimmer.
Oh, that is concerning. They're going to do the
they're
roast
going
on
in?
themselves. Yeah. They're like, double damage. We can do this real quickly. The Ocean is on the outside, so they know if anybody's coming their way, they've got it. And now Crit looks for some extra kills. Spider legs forward, blinks, and all that. But Alliance is already out. They've already disengaged. There's still that bottom lane pushing in, but Evil Geniuses does not give a damn because they feel Alliance is a bit on the ropes right now.
Nikobaby did get these 2 clutch items now. Now he's still, you know, a full item behind Arteezy, but these are the ones that you get to kill that Terrorblade, to stick onto him in majority of the time. He's still at level 20, so he doesn't get that little bit of extra damage, but...
DD and Meta doesn't last for long, but they're going to try and jump in anyway. Crit goes out. Arteezy's already taken so much damage. Looks like Nikobaby's trying to finish him off, but Arteezy actually popping the BKB and still has the Sunder ready to go. So, bash onto Ramses. Ramses trying to get out. The Whirling Axes clips him, but he's got the blink away. He's good now, and I think Evil Geniuses, they had to fully retreat. No meta and no golem once again.
Oh, that got scary for a second. If Arteezy got like chain bashed, that could have been a disaster. Fly, I think that golem was actually, you know, the golems, they look a little underwhelming this game, but that one very necessary for him to get away because he doesn't have the Aegis. He actually only had the cheese. He could definitely have gone down there from a sequence of bashes.
It's crazy how, like, almost all their heroes take advantage of just like a 1 second stud in an AoE. You can get the Sunder off, GPK and all of his mobility goes off, and then you've got 2 Blink Dagger heroes. More Glimmer Capes. They say that's the answer. They're not wrong with Evil Geniuses very often playing the outskirts of a team fight.
Yep.
There's only Crit and GPK who are really going in a lot of times. It feels like Ramses, he doesn't feel comfortable about a lot of duels, right?
No, definitely not. There's just way too many ways for him to get counteracted. And, you know, Penel mentioned too, it's like the bad in pick was there already, so it's already going to be tough for you to get those. So many different forms of control and damage too. And he's fragile. He still will die most of the times if he does go for a lot of these duels, if he doesn't catch one of the supports.
Arteezy, the only person in this game who has yet to die.
Wow. Nice.
And that is a big reason why he is up by so much net worth.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Get themselves that bottom tower. Glyph is reset for Alliance. Alliance trying to push for themselves here.
That should help.
Radiant structures are
They certainly need some armor items. Shiva's for the Leshrac.
Solid pickup always versus a Terrorblade.
Yeah, versus Illusion heroes in general, right?
And they are, the thing is that they're scaling pretty hard on 2 heroes on Alliance. GPK, he hasn't really transitioned to be this extra scaler just yet. He's really just providing the coverage and silences for Arteezy. So, I mean, that's usually the style that they do have, though, right? It's usually Arteezy, that super big carry, and he is at that point here. Repair kit.
That'll certainly help things out quite a bit. Just want to slow down the damage with Ice Pass and Leshrac stuns where they can.
He has the Paladin Sword, but he doesn't have any other forms of lifesteal with him.
Yeah, do they not have a Vlad's anywhere on the team? It doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, another meta used.
Lines to all get pushed back to their side of the map, but they do have a good position for their 2 lanes, and bottom will naturally push out, right? So I feel like this could be a moment where they use this equilibrium that's getting shifted to actually get outside.
Yeah, especially since they do have at least 1 ward that is spotting some heroes right now in that mid lane.
This is another huge, this is actually the big one, right? Now the Abyssal's finished up for the Troll. Now it's easier for him to stick on this target, stick on Arteezy through that BKB in particular.
Meanwhile, Arteezy is going to get the Satanic, so a big statics resistance upgrade, and if he doesn't get bursted, He'll heal up really quickly with all that damage he puts out.
Yeah, he needs us like a little bit of extra status. There's so many different extra long duration stuns that come out from Alliance. Ice Path, Lift, you know, less stun. A lot of things he does have to worry about. So that's the likely pickup, but also a very good one in this game when he gets it. But we see Alliance still getting outside of their base here, under a lot of ward coverage though.
TZ positions himself to have some more illusions and will push down the top lane. Not showing his hero just yet, stays outside of the vision.
Nikobaby's on the prowl. He's
yeah, I mean, those illusions don't come from nowhere.
If he's able to find him here, this will be huge. No way.
No way. Oh my god, he's around. Really do it? Arteezy, he's stuck in the corner of the map with nobody being protecting. He popped the thunder immediately, but he's just dead.
He's just dead.
Everyone from Alliance is coming. I can't believe he never TP'd out.
Oh my god, and it's the godlike streak as well still. Nikobaby gets a... And he's no buyback, and they steal Sunder.
No buyback? Can you make that play?
He was trying so hard to read the map, but Nikobaby's a sneaky one. Okay, he's close.
30 gold, that's not that big of a deal. And it's not like Alliance believe he has no buyback anyway, but still.
It's the only hero that can kill him in there, though, and it's Nikobaby who actually does the move to catch him. That's some big brains there by Nikobaby just reading it. Even though he does see the illusions kind of coming out, but you expect him to TP out. Nikobaby knows how greedy Arteezy is.
Yeah, they have no other BKB piercing disable, right?
Yep.
So he just would BKB, TP out.
Oh, I can't believe they have Sunder stolen now too. I feel like he can make a lot of cool plays with this. Crit trying to force some reaction down on him, but no way they react to this. They're just gonna push.
The repair kit. Both sides did get one, so.
God, the upheaval. Look how far back he can sit.
Radiant's middle tower.
It's disgustingly far, but once Alliance are on top of that barracks, they're going to toss it back. They're actually going to toss Nikobaby into GPK, get the silence on him. Jewel goes out, so Crit is going to be protected for now, but it just leads into the ice path. Nice silence once again as GPK gets right in the middle of everybody. The Ult Scepter is going off all around as they're going to try and slow down this retreat from Alliance. Nikobaby actually does manage to TP out. The stun, there's no stuns anywhere. GPK will manage to catch up to the rest of these heroes though. Looking to slow them down, grabs S4 instead of Limp. I think he really wanted that other hero. S4 goes the other direction. He says, if you want this kill, you're gonna have to run away from my base.
Alliance with the, I think that's a pretty damn good disengage.
Oh yeah.
They forced that buyback, and now Meta was popped before they're even getting close to the base, so Meta's not going to be available for them to hit high ground. Alliance making real heads-up moves, even though they're behind in kills and all that, but they're making all the right reads. How long for Roche? We still have some time.
Taking 40-minute outposts. That is the one objective that Evil Geniuses can really say, that's what we got out of it.
Yeah.
We got 2 kills and got the experience away from Alliance.
A little something.
Yeah.
How loaded? That Rax was very close to dying too, right? It was like sub 10%. I think FNG almost did finish it off, but it survives. Fight's still looking, they're still looking hard. This Golem, the Golem actually feels like it's not doing much of anything, but it's the upheaval that's doing pretty much all of it for the Warlock there.
It really is the hero now.
Yeah.
Remember when it was all about Aghanim Scepter, Refresher, level 20 talent? Oh, that 5 gold? Nobody cares.
Yeah, where's the upheaval talents? Yeah. We gotta get some upheaval talents added to Warlock.
That's the ultimate right there.
2 charges of upheaval. So far, positioning been great.
They're in a great position right now. They've already got the Invisiblade onto GPK. Very likely he's just going to be bashed down. They try and save him with the cleanse coming out from Ramses that press the attack. But no, GPK continues to be chain stunned. He's now gone for 100 seconds.
So Abyssal Blade really making such a big difference for them to be able to get on these targets. Nice chain control to the lift into the ice path to make sure that he can't actually get away. They have a lot of time now to work with.
Ramses was looking for bounty runes because GPK would have buyback if he had enough gold.
He's 100. This is likely to just be this Rax here in the mid. They might even be able to get more if they if they don't see the buyback. They're going to continue.
They're going to smoke up.
Do you respond?
Try and position themselves. GPK, or Ramses rather, handling some couriers, just being a nuisance.
They're gonna go top. PG's gotta do something here. They gotta force something. 60 gold still.
Nikobaby's free from the upheaval. He's on the tier 3 now. Toss back. Okay, Crit just trying to slow him down at this point. The Invisiblade gets him right back on top of Crit here, and the 4-staff Glimmer Cape will allow him to be able to reset. Nikobaby's gonna do something similar here. Meta going off.
They just back up and reset. Meta was forced. Yeah, I think you got a lot there already. Anyway, you got a huge kill. You get a Rax advantage, and now you get map control. They can scout out the Roche. It's not quite up just yet, but they force the meta in the base again. So EG definitely going to be weaker even when GBK does respond. They're going to smoke. They're going to try to actually get something with this meta still up.
How many more seconds do they have left of this meta?
Probably only like half duration or less here. He doesn't even have boots on the Terrorblade here anymore.
They spot Nikobaby. Okay, if they can actually get the control on him, Nikobaby just pops the BKB and immediately battle trances up. Crit using the spider legs to get up to the high ground. Ramsey's just praying he doesn't get bashed. Eventually he does, but Nikobaby is going to return back to the safety of his team. He says this is not quite worth it. They're going to go for the duel. Ramsey's really needs to be able to force this. They do manage to get off the golem with the upheaval. Arteezy just going in on melee form at this point up against Nikobaby with the avalanche over the top. The fatal launch, but doing a lot of damage. Arteezy trying to survive, gets on the cheese a little bit more. GPK going in, the pullback with the interrupt, and Arteezy trying to deal with it, but no, he's just not. There's too much. Nikobaby, he's too damn big. So is Limp. The dual carry of Alliance proves to be supreme, and that's it.
Oh, this Battle Fury really paid off in this game. Just being able to keep this farm up, even though he did get a little bit behind their Alliance, making some real good calls.
Yeah.
Just, I feel like they felt that they